Hey gin fans, you're going to want to stay tuned and watch this video because we're deep into autumn now, getting into winter. It is that time of year when we get these kind of spiced gins, and this one is an absolute stunner. We're rocking out Poetic licensed Fireside gin, and I'm going to tell you all about it in a couple of seconds. Welcome back, gin fans. Welcome to this edition Poetic license. Love these guys, all the way up in Sunderland. I'm just shooting this video straight after the day after I've celebrated my 6th year in business. 6 years ago, I gave up the day job, which was running pubs and bars, but I went self-employed and I haven't looked back since. So happy birthday from me yesterday. If you saw my social media post, you will have seen that I bought myself a nice colourful, should we say colourful jacket to celebrate. You got to celebrate, ain't you? You got to celebrate these things and reward yourself for a job well done. Can't afford to retire just yet, but who cares? I don't want to retire. Booze runs through me. It's a way of life for me, so I ain't going anywhere soon. So let's crack on. Poetic license. I've wanted to feature these guys for a long while. Supplier issues. I was trying to get a couple of their gins about a couple of months ago, and it just didn't happen. Sorted out a supply line now for these. So as we've the big one that I really love is their picnic gin, which is all about strawberries and cream, all about the summer. But as we're in winter, ain't no better gin to crack out, in my opinion, than their Fireside gin. Proper 40.1% gin. So very quick story about how the distillery got started. I don't know it inside out, but I know enough to tell you that it was a former head chef and restaurateur, a guy called Mark, who opened up a craft beer distillery, craft brewery, that's the word, craft brewery up in Sunderland. Quickly found the passion for spirits. They took on a guy called Luke. I know Luke very well. He's a lovely guy, proper Mackin. And this was at the time when they were still brewing beer. They very quickly found their love for spirits, got into the whole gin. So these guys are about the love and the passion of distilling spirits. They are not sort of coming into the gin market thinking, ooh, we can make some money there. They are there for the passion and the love, and that just goes straight through all of their gins. I couldn't tell you how many gins they've got. I can probably name about 4 or 5 main ones. They've also got a kind of a little range of liqueurs going on there. They're cracking liqueurs. I can't even remember them off the top of my head because I don't really pay too much attention to them, sorry. But their spirits and their gins and what I absolutely love. So they've got their Northern Dry gin, their Old Tom gin. This one comes out this time of year. But what I love about them, and they've cottoned on to something very clever that not a lot of gin distilleries do. They do seasonal variants in the way that Warner Edwards, and love Warner Edwards, in the way that they kind of do their botanical garden range. Poetic license have stumbled across this thing called rarities, and they fire up their stills and they do small batches. And the first one, I think they might have the cherry and basil one they did a couple of years ago might have sort of come under that, but certainly wasn't a regular thing. Probably even the strawberries and cream, the picnic gin, was part of this. That's kind of developed into a gin. It's all year round. But the one that made me sit up and notice was right at the start of this year. They did an espresso gin, which sold out before it even went to market. That's how crazy it was. I'm not sure whether there was a proper rarities gin before that, probably. But then through the year, they've done a Tutti Frutti gin. And for the love, they've released an agave. I think the agave one might be out at this moment in time. Sort of agave, you might know that from tequilas. So that's where they're headed. But obviously this time of year, this is not a rarities. This is their Poetic license. And just as this dropped through the sort of letterbox yesterday, or the front porch, actually they put on social media, they've just rebranded and given this a brand new label. So you probably won't see this bottle in the shops or on the online for too much longer. It's a brand new sort of bottle design that they've come out with, but the liquid inside is all the same. And I just want to see that. That's the attention to detail. Let's have a look down the camera. Let's twist it. Can you see that? Look, they've even got Poetic license on the corks. It's all that attention to detail. Anyway, Fireside gin. Let's tell you all about Fireside gin. 40.1%, and as you can imagine, it's a gin with lots of sort of, it says where we got mulled winter fruits. So you can imagine, make sure that's lined up, product product placement. You got to have a bit of product placement. As you can imagine, we've got all those sort of traditional, typical winter mulled wine spices going on there. Lots of cinnamon, lots of cloves, spice candy sort of peels going on in there. And then when you're testing it, trying it neat, you get the real sort of big peppery juniper notes coming out of there as well. But lots of kind of fruit. It's just, oh, it's absolutely amazing. It's like a Christmas, it's like a liquid Christmas cake. Absolutely stonking. Now the whole point of these videos is not to tell you about the gin, because I'm not going to feature a gin that I don't actually like. So gin wise, it's a given. Try it, find it online. Amazon's probably your easiest and quickest, especially if you're Amazon Prime, next day delivery. Just under 35 quid. I'll drop a link in the show note for that. But you want to know what tonic waters work well with it. Well, traditionally, off camera, I've done this so I can rattle through these videos pretty quickly now. I'm telling you now that just works with every single tonic water. Tonic for me over the Mediterranean. Mediterranean kind of defeats the object. Mediterranean for me is like summer, spring. Nice, but you know, tonic water's there. For me, Franklin's and Sons had a tiny, tiny little edge, but I love that tonic water anyway. So Franklin's and Sons was my tiny sort of edge above the rest, but Fever Tree, Schweppes 1783, Double Dutch all worked very well. However, I've got some stonking serves for you. And if you're running pubs and bars, take note of this, because you have got some brilliant, brilliant serves coming up here that are just going to smash it this autumn, this Christmas, Halloween, bonfire night. There's some serves coming up here. So, I've got five to feature for you. In 5th place, lovely, but 5th place, we have got Merchant's Heart Pink Peppercorn Tonic. Lovely, kind of really kind of works, gives it that kind of drier, balances out the fruit in there. Really, really nice tonic. Great serve with that going on. But that's 5th place for me. In 4th place, Given. Aromatic, Fever Tree's aromatic tonic water. Really lovely, classic, kind of spicy gin and tonic going on there. Those two, twist it. They really get the labels. If you look at the back, you see it's not straight, so I have to look down the monitor to actually line it up so you can see what's going on. Anyway, that is a cracking gin and tonic serve. And I'm thinking, actually, do you know what? For thinking it's the obvious kind of serve for me. Either dehydrated orange peel or orange, fresh orange kind of in there, a couple of cloves. You know, that's going to be the garnish, I think, through 4 of these. I think that's going to work exceptionally well. So 4th place. In 3rd place, where are we going? There we go. Schweppes 1783 Golden Ginger Ale. Absolutely lovely. This, the mulled, the fruits, the mulled wintry fruits with ginger, it is a given. It is an absolute stonking drink. Again, as I've just said, orange cloves as the garnish. Oh, absolutely lovely. Rattling on. You know what's coming in here. Barman, you know exactly what's coming here, don't you? There we go. It's out. It is out in your supermarkets. They have re-released it this year. This is Fever Tree's Clementine Tonic Water with a hint of cinnamon. Oh. And you might be thinking, hang on, this is 2nd place. What's 1st place? I've got something special for 1st place. But I tell you what, this is a great serve. You've got the Clementine and the cinnamon tonic water, just works exceptionally well with that gin as a long gin. Whether you're going tall glasses, whether you're going gin balloon, whether you're going a short squat, rocks glass with a big 5 centimetre ice cube, it's up to you. That is just, let's make sure, there we go, look, whoops, there we go. Cracking gin and tonic. However, my top pick for all the tonic waters I tried, there you go, girls. Double Dutch, cranberry, and with a slight hint of ginger tonic water. And I would actually garnish that, maybe some dried cranberries, maybe some dried fruit and a bit of cloves. That was just kind of gives you that, as you'd expect, that kind of little fruitier edge to what this sort of the classic tonic waters and mixers do. I love that Double Dutch tonic water. It is the tonic water, as you can see up there. The other two are mixers. pomegranate and basil, the cucumber, watermelon mixers, but the cranberry and a slight hint of ginger is a tonic water. For my money, that is Christmas in a glass. What more do you want? Get hold of that. I'll drop links. That is getting it out there more and more and more now. Off licenses starting to carry that. Pubs and bars, if you've not got the Double Dutch range yet, I know they're cases of 24, I know that, but I promise you, if you get a couple out on display, and if you bartenders start talking to your customers, you're going to go through a case just like that. Okay? Especially if you're around Cambridge. I know one big supplier, well, two, three big suppliers actually, that carry the Double Dutch tonic waters. They are perfect for this time of year to give your customers that slightly fruitier gin and tonic serve. They are just amazing. But there you go, boys and girls. That is my top 5. As I've said, 35 quid a bottle, Amazon. They all do it. Master of Malts on there. You can buy it direct from Poetic license as well. But Mark, Luke, love you guys. Mark, I've never met you. Luke, I've met you quite a few times. You know this is one of my favourites. I absolutely love this. I love you guys. I wish you were closer to home so I could go up there and spend a sort of afternoon with you lot. Love what you do. Love the rarities. Love the gins. Ladies and gents, get on that this Christmas. This is Poetic Licence. This is their Fireside gin, mulled wine, mulled winter spices. It's a Christmas cake in a bottle. It is a lovely gin. Hope you enjoyed that. I'll see you really soon.